Hey guys, it's Ethan. Um, yeah, I wanted to jump on here and make an update. I have not made one in a while, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Sorry, my throat has been really sore. So I had so a couple of reasons. I've been busy with getting things ready for hysterectomy, which I had last Monday. So I'm almost a week. Tomorrow will be 1 week since my hysterectomy, and also some things with Phalloplasty have not gone quite as planned. There was a lot of ups and downs over the last month and a half, but I think we got everything straightened out for now. So we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, I'll talk more about that later. But first, I wanted to talk about the hysterectomy. Yeah. So I had a laparoscopic hysterectomy, which was with the cameras they make 3 to 4 small incisions. They ended up having to make 4 for me, which are not where exactly I thought they would be. I guess I thought they'd be more like symmetrically placed, like on the same spots on either side of my abdomen, and they're not really. There's like 2 on one side, 1 inside my belly button kind of cavity, and then another one kind of far off to the right. So it's kind of weird. Um, but whatever, they're small, and they just use glue to cover them up, or tissue glue to um, pull them back together. So there's no stitches. I think there are some internal stitches, and I go back in a few weeks for a post-op appointment. Mostly, my doctor wants to do some blood work and see where my levels are at after having my ovaries taken out. Yeah, I went for the full laparoscopic hysterectomy, so they took everything out. Um, and yeah, so 1 week out of surgery, I feel pretty good. I was off the pain meds in like 3 days. I wasn't experiencing a whole lot of pain. When I say pain meds, I mean like the heavy hitters, the Percocet they put me on. Um, I don't like how pain meds make me feel. I get really irritable and just really out of it. So I mean, that's the whole point, I guess. But um, So I kind of worked to get myself off of those pretty quickly and switched over to ibuprofen, and that's pretty much what I've been using. I haven't really taken that much in the last day or two, so I'm kind of just tapering off of all of it. And actually, today I've been in a little bit of pain. I think I overdid it a little bit yesterday. I had a friend come visit, and we sat outside and talked. And I didn't actually take any naps yesterday, and I didn't really rest. I rested on the couch for a little bit, but my family's been here this week too, and I actually drove yesterday for the first time to bring them to back to the airport to go home. Sorry. Yeah. So this whole throat thing has been a really odd offshoot of the surgery. I've had a lot of problems with my throat since Monday. I had a really bad sore throat coming out of the hospital. I didn't actually stay the night. They let me go home. I had the first surgery of the day, so I had my surgery was at 7:30 in the morning, and then I had I came out of surgery. I don't know what time it was. I was so out of it. But I think they told my parents it took like 3 hours. Um, and then I was in the recovery wing for a little bit, and then they put me in a separate room with my family just to recover for the rest of the day. And they were gonna let me go like late afternoon, but I was having problems um, when I was urinating quite frequently. Like I kept having to get up and go to the bathroom, and like serious urges, like it would come on really fast. And then I would go, and they would come in afterwards with this ultrasound machine and check my bladder to see how full it still was. And for some reason, I was able to get a lot out, but they were still finding that there would still be quite a bit left in there, and they wanted me to be able to better empty my bladder. So they kept me till about 9 o'clock at night. So I was there all day. They were actually considering just keeping me overnight, but I was finally able to empty my bladder enough that they felt comfortable letting me go home. So I went home, which was nice to spend the night in my own bed. And, I found that I didn't really need that much help. Like I said, the pain wasn't bad. I pretty much just rested for the first like 2 or 3 days afterwards. I was just on the couch kind of napping off and on. Um, Obviously constipation was a little bit of a problem. I think it took me like 4 days to finally figure that one out. But I did, and that wasn't so bad actually. It just kind of got to be a little painful the last day or so. Um, but not bad. Everything has been really tolerable, and I would actually say this was a lot easier than my top surgery recovery. I've been a lot more independent. Even like the second day home, I was taking short walks up and down my driveway, and okay, it's not a short driveway. It's like my driveway is a quarter of a mile of a gravel road out to the main road, so about half a mile there and back. So I've been doing that, and I did that once a day for a couple days, and then I've been doing it twice a day um, the last couple days. Maybe not today. I just did it, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm a little bit more pain and maybe a little tired from yesterday, so I think I might just take it easy today. Um, yeah, and I'm off work for the next couple weeks, so that's good. If I had a desk job, I could probably go back. I don't know if I go back this week, maybe the week after, maybe later this week, I guess. But I don't. I have a pretty physical job, and even at 3 weeks, I'm not supposed to lift more than 15 pounds, so I'm going to be pretty limited to what I can do. But my manager knows that, and my coworkers know that, so we're kind of planning for that. I'm just probably going to be doing a lot of uh, paperwork and sorry, more administrative kind of things. I don't know. We'll see. I work at an animal hospital, so I generally do a lot of restraint with animals, and some of the dogs and other animals I work with are pretty big, well exceeding that 15-pound mark. So I can't really wrestle with animals for a while. But yeah, 6 weeks till I can fully go back to doing all my normal stuff. Um, but I feel pretty normal. I mean, I feel more independent than I did after top surgery, and I think just because of my arms are so restricted from doing much, and even though I have the same kind of like weight restrictions, it just doesn't somehow feel the same. But it's been nice to have my parents here because they've been making food for me and everything, and I haven't had to worry about cooking or cleaning. Um, but I'm on my own. Today is my first day on my own, so we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, but I feel like I could have done it. I probably wouldn't have made as much good food as my parents have, but um, I could have managed, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just feels a lot different. And it was a minimally invasive surgery, so. But I still had organs taken out. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't. It just feels really different. But yeah, the one surprising thing has definitely been my throat has been so painful the last few days, and there'll be times where I don't necessarily feel it, especially if I'm not trying to talk. But uh, there'll be times where I'll just be like, I'm laying down and I'll swallow, and it is just like somebody stabbed me in the throat with a knife or something. Um, yeah, it is that painful sometimes. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, they told me that I would probably have some irritation and pain, but it's been almost a week now. I was expecting that to be gone, and it seems a little better today. Last night I bought some cough drops, some like medicated cough drops with some numbing agent in them. So hopefully that's helping a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. that's been weird. I guess the trach tube definitely definitely did some did a number on my throat. Um, but yeah, so it is definitely a little bit harder to talk. It just irritates my throat a lot more. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so blown away by that. I guess I'm realizing that they must not have intubated me for top surgery, which I guess is not totally necessary, but for this one it is. So yeah, they did that. Anyway, yeah. So I did want to make a quick jump into just discussing where I'm at with the phalloplasty. I So I had a lot of ups and downs the last couple months with Dr. Crane's office. I know they've been really busy trying to set up their Austin location, and it's definitely caused some problems for them administratively. Um, Back at the very end of April, I think I got, yeah, back at the end of April, I got an email from the surgery scheduler, and I was kind of disappointed that she just emailed me this. Like, I would have expected a phone call to schedule um, surgery, but she emailed me and had said, you know, we have you down for March of 2017 in California with Dr. Chen. I just need some dates for you in March, so give me a date range that would work for you. And I emailed her back, and I was really confused because everything up until this point had been, yeah, the September, October 2016 timeframe will work for us. I had been pretty open with either Dr. Chen or Dr. Crane, but I wanted to go with Dr. Crane, and wanted to go in Austin. So I was a little surprised that all of a sudden it was with Dr. Chen in California and not till next March. Yeah, that really that really threw me, and I was pretty upset for a few days. But then I contacted the surgery scheduler. We talked it out. She apologized that there hadn't been very good communication, and that yes, she still had me. Still, the soonest they could get me in would have been March, and then she said she could put me on the waiting list if anybody canceled for earlier. So I went ahead and did that. Um, and then I thought about it a little bit more, and I was part of a group that talks about phalloplasty, and I mentioned my problems on there, and somebody told me, you know, contact Dr. Crane, which I felt really uneasy about. I don't really know that I wanted to just go straight to a surgeon. So I asked if anybody knew if he had a practice manager that I could talk to, and I got a name of who kind of works as the practice manager, and I sent her an email, and she was very responsive. She called me um, by the end of the day, actually, and I wasn't able to take the call, but I called her back, and she said there was a lot of confusion, and she had looked through everything and found that I was actually still on track to have surgery in September with Dr. Crane in Austin, like I had previously wanted. And they were just trying to nail down a date, and they had been having a lot of problems with this surgery center in Texas to get things kind of nailed down, and she apologized for all the miscommunication, which was nice. But yeah, that really threw me for about a week there. I was kind of really trying to figure out how I was going to refigure my timeline. I had done so much to kind of plan this year around, you know, financially and, you know, work-wise, trying to plan this year around phalloplasty and the hysterectomy. And it would mean that everything would go on this year's deductible. So anyway, a lot of things would have been thrown off. They actually ended up calling me back and said that the September date that they had given me wasn't going to work, and could I come for the 31st of August, potentially the 30th, which I can still make work. So that is either one of those days right now is where I'm at. I'm going to give them a call this week. My insurance company was drafting up the letter of approval and nailing down all the dates with Dr. Crane's office. So they've been working together to get that all finished up. And so I'm gonna give them a call this week and see if they have everything they need and if I can get a final surgery date, because it's coming up fast. I mean, we're within 90 days now, less than 90 days. Yeah, it's kind of scary how quickly it is. I mean, essentially, I'm going to go back to work and then turn around and um, have surgery again pretty shortly here, which I was a little worried about the time frame between the hysterectomy and the phalloplasty, but I talked that out with the practice manager. She said that their official recommendation is 3 months between surgeries, but also that Dr. Crane has done it 6 weeks apart, which is really soon. I will be at 10 to 11 weeks, kind of between 10 and 11 weeks out of surgery, if everything goes to plan right now, which I feel okay with. I'll be fully recovered at that point. But yeah, it's a little soon. It's very soon. But I'm excited and I'm looking forward to that. And also nervous. There's a lot of stuff to get figured out before then. I will be quitting my job, most likely. I can't really make it work much financially anymore, and I don't have health insurance through my job. Um, I, yeah, so I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. I have some leads and I have some things that I'm thinking about um, doing when I come back, but I figure I'll probably spend some of my recovery time looking for the next thing to do. Um, so yeah, I guess in some respects I could be more worried about that, but I don't feel too worried about it, and I think I'll be okay. Um, yeah, but yeah, I do worry about trying to get through this surgery. I know there's a lot more in terms of complications, and just hearing a lot of other people's stories right now kind of freaking me out. But I also think that I'm in good hands, and I feel like I recover from things pretty well. Might eat my words later, but yeah, I feel pretty good about things. Yeah, I am excited. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what else to really talk about. If you have any questions about hysterectomy, I don't know that I can answer much right now. I'm kind of curious to see how my body balances out and stabilizes um, after this, and see how my hormones do. So we'll see. I don't know. Be a learning curve the next month or so, probably. Um, but yeah. Anyway, leave any questions, and I will try to get back to them. Take care, guys.